Yeah, that's right.
I'll be back
Especially in the airport and to the space station. I mean, we should be nominating right now. Just keep eating. Okay, Dan?
Oh yeah, you can just take a little right, little right. That's right there. When you go right on in, right in front of you, it's going to see oh, I can deduct him, throw him back in. Yeah, so when you go in, Caesar's is going to be right in front of you. You just make it right.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Good morning and welcome to the weekly meeting for the Rotary Club of Harleysville. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the four-way test of all the things we say and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And our reflection this morning will be from Chuck Heckenberg.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day. We thank you for this opportunity to gather together, to enjoy a meal. And we thank you for our health and strength and our abilities to be Rotarians and to serve our community and the people around us. Just pray that you'd bless this food to our bodies, strengthen us, and help us to remember to always think of others before ourselves. We thank you for this day and all you have in store for us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Chuck. Well, we've got a couple of great things to celebrate. I'd like to start off by saying that we had a great Stop the Highway event on Saturday morning. The weather was great. I will say Saturday morning is a challenging time for traffic on that. But I'm trying to think if we found anything. I know what happened. So we were walking by Almac, and I turned to the left, and I happened to notice a turtle trying to get in the retention pond. It was on the outside of the fence. It was big. The shell was, it was not a snapping turtle. It was, but the shell was about maybe 14 inches in length from end to end. It was huge. So I had to, the fence was tall enough that we couldn't just reach over without dropping it. So I hopped the fence, Chip handed it to me, I placed it down, and then hopped back over. This thing was really, that was a big turtle. So that was the, probably our most amazing find of the morning. I don't know if anyone else found anything interesting. Maybe we should have some kind of a competition to see who finds the most miniature liquor bottles or something. I don't know. But,
brought that turtle home for lunch.
so that was one event, and on that same day, we had the bowling event. Valerie, you want to give us an update on your successful event?
Sure. So we packed the bowling alley. We had all the 2 lanes filled. Thank you again to our Rotarians that donated a lane or participated. We were able to bless a handful of families that might not have come out otherwise. It was very last minute trying to get some of them. But everyone that I spoke to had a really good time. If you weren't there, the winner of our 50-50 won $330. It was a seeing eye dog and decided to donate it back to the club.
See, I dog played the 50.
Yeah. So I gotta tell you, I was totally out of my comfort zone with this. We didn't really start in time, but we learned a lot. I had a great committee. And next year it will just be that much smoother. But seriously, if you ever have an opportunity to try to do this, wing it. If I can do it, anyone can. So our net profit is $4,727.
Wow. So, like Valerie said, this is her first time, chairing a committee. She did have a great committee, helping her a lot. And this was put together in a relatively short period of time. If you remember, we were going to do this event right before COVID. And during COVID, we were thinking about restarting it up, and then had to reschedule a couple of times because of availability at the bowling alley. But it turned out fantastic. And, Valerie and her committee did a great job. And for everyone who participated, it sounds like everyone had a fun time. I wasn't able to make the event. I had to go to a funeral in Downingtown, but one interesting thing I learned about the person whose service I went to. Now, this is more of a celebration because this man was 99 years old. He was a World War II veteran. He was the superintendent of the Downingtown School District for a number of years. And I found out when I was at the service, he was a past president of the Downingtown Rotary Club. So I thought that was very interesting. But drove home in torrential rains. I thought we were going to hydroplane a couple of times. It's coming down so hard. But it's crazy. But you guys had a great event, and I'm so proud for what you've accomplished. I think we should all be proud for that. It's awesome. Another interesting thing I just happened to stumble across was, we talk about polio a lot. And on this day in 1954 is when the polio vaccine trials began. They had to go through clinical trials of that, obviously, before they started with the global distribution of the vaccine. But the trial for that started in 1954 on this day. So we're going to have our Florida event this morning, but before we do, it's time for Rotary Trivia.
Live from the Franconia Cafe, it's another exciting edition of Rotary Trivia. Joining us is one lucky contestant will play to win a fabulous grand prize by showing us what they know about Rotary. I'm your announcer, Larry Moss, here with your host, Bill Jenkins.
Good morning. Great to be back. Well, let's get started by telling the audience about today's grand prize.
I'll ask our audience to direct their attention to our spokesperson, Diane. As part of Rotary's Environmental Month, today's contestants playing for a special edition United States Postal System Save Vanishing Species stamps. Our stamps feature a bold graphic of an emerald tiger cub. When full grown, this cat can weigh up to 650 pounds and measure 13 feet from its nose to the tip of its tail. The purchase of each stamp benefits conservation funds. Retail value of a stamp, well, nobody knows since they're now forever stamps, but you can rest assured that these stamps will help vanishing species also forever.
Well, when I looked at that, I thought that's a female. But then I realized it's a male stamp. Anyway, how about introducing today's contestant?
All right, the next contestant was selected at random from our video audience moments ago. This Rotarian has a vast knowledge of Rotary, and unlike our stamps, won't easily get stuck. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to Chip.
Hey! Thanks, Mel. Yeah, right, I got it. Yeah, not too much. All right, well, let's see what you know or don't know. It says, what event is being recognized April 24th through April 30th? That's this week. Yeah, what's going on this week? Near and dear to Rotary's heart. World Immunization Week. World Peace Week. World Education Week. What in the world? I'm not sure. So now you do have your lifelines. Yeah, they're all there. Ask your friends, ask the audience 50-50. What do you think? What's going on this week?
I can tell you that I'm stumped. I got a stack of Rotary magazines sitting on my coffee table and
Should have
a little behind.
Should have opened it another time.
I'm going to get it.
Ask Frank. No, Frank stumped it. Oh, Jack.
Ask the audience.
It could be,
Kitty cane, it's not deep.
I'm feeling peaceful.
Peaceful.
I'm feeling educated.
I hope you didn't buy a 50-50 ticket. You're not going to win. Yes, give it a shot. What do you think it is?
Okay.
Give it a
There we
shot.
go, there
Give
we
it a
go.
shot. What do you think?
I'll go with the shot week.
Yeah.
Jack, give me the Jack.
We have to screen our contestants before that. All right, let's see what it's not.
What's an litter one?
Yeah.
Okay, what's that? Not Peace Week, Education.
Yay!
Well done, Chief. That's over, but wait, there's more. Oh my gosh, World Immunization Week is an opportunity to raise awareness of the effectiveness of vaccines and mobilize community support for immunization. Now, this was kind of interesting. Since 1922, the World Health Organization and UNICEF reported the largest substantial decline in childhood vaccinations in approximately 30 years. An estimated 12.5 million children in the world are totally unvaccinated. Some of that decline went down by virtue of the COVID, that type of thing. So that's really what happened there. Vaccination is one of the best tools we have to improve people's health and well-being. Global vaccination programs for preventable diseases such as polio, of course, need to be continued to protect vulnerable children and prevent outbreaks. Again, this I found really enlightening. Rotary members have proven the good of vaccines by immunizing 3 billion children against polio and reducing the cases of polio by 99.9% since 1988 when the initiative started. But the job is not done until every child is vaccinated. Polio is stopped for good. So, Chip, you are a winner. We have a real brief 30-second, I'll say it was a Rotary plug. Oh, here's your stamp.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
Female stamps.
Female stamp. That's right.
Hey, good job.
Well, it's
There's nearly 678,290,000 kids under 5 around the world. But what's so important about being 5? Well, children who live to age 5 are twice as likely to reach adulthood. That's why vaccines matter so much. For 40 years, Rotary and partners have delivered vaccines globally. Like here and even here, in your neighborhood and around the world, Rotary is ensuring children grow up safe from preventable diseases.
A little fun. I assume, I know we get emails, from the district. I get them, I don't know if I want it to different place, but it featured the, probably like the radio.
Thank you. Okay, we don't have a speaker today. We're going to have a service event in the club, but first I'll go through our calendar of events that's coming up. Connie's not here today, but on the 29th, I think, is that Saturday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Encore Experience is having a formal dinner at the senior center, and they're looking for volunteers to help maybe kind of serve food and do other things at the event. It is from 3:30 to 6 p.m. You know, if you're interested in being able to volunteer for that, you can contact Connie directly or the senior center. Next week, so we're not going to have our meeting here next week. Our meeting is going to be Thursday evening, or in place of that, we're going to, on Thursday evening, we are going to be going to the Garden of Health ribbon cutting ceremony, which is over by Clemens Petro Quality Meats, their new property over there. That is at 6 p.m. So that's going to be a pretty big event in the community. There's probably going to be a lot of people there. There may be some, at least one news crew there, hopefully, to cover that event. So we can support Carol and what she's doing over there. In lieu of our meeting next week, we're going to participate in that event next week. So it's Thursday the 4th. So you can go to bed early before Cinco de Mayo. Thursday the 4th at 6 p.m. The following week, on the 11th, Skip Back Rotary is going to be having our happy hour timeout. Skip Back, so make sure you mark that on your calendar. As things get warmer, hopefully we might be able to take advantage of that outdoor patio in the back sometime, or hang out outside there. And on the 13th, which is that Saturday, we'll have our Sebastian Riding Academy Volunteer Day. And so I keep mentioning, I'll get in touch with Chris to make sure we have our activities lined up and see if I can get a heads up from her on what we can expect to be doing that day. Maybe I should put together a sign-up sheet for that. Okay. And the week after that, so next week we're not going to have a meeting here. Then we'll have a meeting here. Then the week after that, instead of our meeting here, we're going to be having the four-way test breakfast at the Indian Valley Country, and that is at 7:30 in the morning. How many people anticipate that they're going to be going to that event? Okay. Is there anyone here on the committee who can provide an update on how we're doing on ads and tickets or anything like that?
Well, nothing the short on ad that Ron has cast put out in. And if any of you know Jeff Taylor, he is a very upbeat individual. Last night when we had our meeting, Steve Hunt was there, me and him. That was it. And he looked impressed. I'd be surprised if he could do it next year. That's how bad it seems. We're going to maybe just break even on the thing. So a lot of the only thing that we can do is support. Okay, just ask you to do if you can. Instead of us just showing up, paying our $40 and showing up, bring your wife, bring your husband, bring a friend, because we don't have seats either, which is pretty unusual also. And normally the recipients of the awards, table and that's the host. it doesn't seem like that's happening. So, we need to have more people come, that will boost the revenue, and also make it so that it's good for the people that are getting the awards, that, they don't see only us sitting out. You know, if you could bring one person with you, that would really be the only thing we could do. But if you want to buy a table, can you do that?
Does anyone else have any questions or comments about that?
You can buy it online, you buy the tickets online.
At the Eventbrite site?
Yeah.
After May, in June, right now, we really only have the one event, which is going to be our participation in Concert Sundays. And our Concert Sunday slot is on June 25th. So we'll have to start planning towards that. We've had some discussions about some things that we might sell on the side there, and some ways that we can help improve our service as far as keeping things warm after they're cooked and so forth. So we'll have to work towards that. Past District Governor Bob came and talked about the Oshfect coming up in August. If anyone's interested in participating in that, if you're a car enthusiast or a German food enthusiast, that is going to be in Macungie on August 4th through 6th. And then the following weekend on August 11th, we'll be helping out the 4-H fair with our parking like we do every year. Does anyone else have any other kind of events that they want to make sure that we mention or opportunities coming up? I spoke to Bud this morning. We're going to be replacing, the sign at both ends of town, right, Bud?
What's that?
Both ends of town?
Yeah,
Okay.
do both ends.
So when that comes up, we're going to be looking for maybe 1 or 2 volunteers to help just with the installation.
Yeah.
So when that time comes up, we'll make sure we send out a sign sheet.
That'll be close to the end of May.
Close to the end of May? Okay.
Pick a day, either during the week or weekend,
Yeah.
and get that done.
Okay. Yeah, that time of year, we'll just pick a day when it's not raining. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Frank?
Yeah, just to dovetail on the concert Sundays, think about, I'll bring in something next week,
No,
but
this is for the
we do need to, they need the patrons, those who want to give it $25 to get in the patron book, to get in the book. We need that up front. Other stuff we have time to do, but we need to know that. So I'll come in with a form, just a sheet next week. And those who want to donate the $25, we do need, the club needs to put up $500.
Okay.
And whatever we get from the members who do the patrons, then I guess the club can fill in the rest. And that's how we get the 500. So be prepared in your head to say yes or no, so we know.
big,
Okay.
Do we have a date for the Harleysville fair?
Oh, Dean has sent around a sign-up sheet for that. Yeah, I'm sorry. So I think we have a time slot on each day, right? Available?
Right, this is for the funnel cake.
Yeah.
Event. We send out a sign-up sheet, 2-hour time slot. And you get all the funnel cake.
So what are the days? What days? What date?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Yes.
May.
It's like the holiday week.
Okay.
Yeah,
Memorial
yeah,
weekend,
yeah.
It's the 24th through the 27th.
If you want to sign up to volunteer with me for the late shift on Friday, I'm going to have a front seat for the fireworks, so there you go.
One year they had the big fireballs and you could feel the heat from
Yeah.
where we were serving the fireballs.
Thank you, Dean. Anybody else? Okay, I'm gonna make sure everyone has a chance to have eat their breakfast before we get started cutting and assembling the plarn. So just to reinforce the background of this material, many of you have had the opportunity to meet Bev Weinberg. She actually spoke at our club. I think it was one of the first meetings I ever came to. She was the speaker at the club, and we were still over at Peter Becker. And she's, a very engaging speaker. But what she has been doing is she has a process where she takes plastic shopping bags, cuts them into strips. There's a process where you loop them together, and these are woven on a loom to make a mat. And these mats are given to homeless people so that they don't have to sleep directly on the ground. So it kind of helps them to, from a health perspective, and not just, heat and cold, but, their body physically touching the ground. It helps them to maintain a certain level or maybe improve their conditions just a little bit. So these are distributed to people, I think primarily down in Philadelphia. So, interestingly enough, on Saturday morning, I don't think we saw a whole lot of shopping bags. No. Next year, we're also going to have a competition to see who had the most ticks. Okay, all right, thank you. Take it away, Frank.
Yeah, just want to show there's some of you who are not eating, you can start. Because it takes a little time. What we do, those who brought scissors, if we have enough people with scissors, we can get 2 cutters and 1 looper. So for every 2 cutters, we get a looper. We could start that way. And Marcia brought a bunch of scissors. Good, so. And bags, all right. Okay, we have enough bags. I don't know if we'll get through them all day, but here's the process. It's very simple. You take the bag, all right? Make sure the inside is folded in so it looks nice and smooth. Our object is to cut off the handles and to cut off the seam. So the way you do that, it's very simple. You fold in half, fold it in half again, all right? And you cut off the handles, you cut off the seam, okay, then you take your thing, you fold that in half, just keep thinking in half, cut that this way, and then you cut in half the other 2 pieces. That's what the cutters do. And then you end up with 4 loops. So the looper will take these, and what you do with the loops, the looper just puts one through there, puts it through there, pulls it, and that's it. And then the looper just keeps doing that as they work out the, whoops, the other way. You just keep putting it through like this, and you pull it through. That's all there is to it. And so the looper will keep getting the things drawn out, drawn out, drawn out. And then at some point, you're going to have that big long thing and you start rolling it into a ball. And that's the finish. We get finished with the ball, and the balls are what go to the, go back to Bev, and then the people use them. Now, you can get a little bigger. You can make it a little bigger than this. But you don't want it really super big because then it gets, it's not easy, but just a little bigger than this, and that's the ball. So we have 2 cutters to a looper. If the looper starts falling behind, we can just, just switch for a while and see how many of these we can do. I have enough bags here to take care of us. I'll come around because you will start to get this stuff. You start to get the scraps. So I'll come around, keep picking up scraps and putting them in a bag. So that's all there is to it. So those who are ready, if you're not eating, get the scissors, grab some bags, and as you finish eating, you could just do the same thing. Just come over and pick it up. We'll see how many we can do today before we leave.
So you guys that are online, are you going to do that remotely, or are you just going to watch this? I can't hear you, Steve.
Basically, I'm just gonna watch. I didn't realize this was happening today,
Okay.
but I will have a lot of bags. I need to know where to drop them off.
I'll check with Frank.
Thank you.
Sandy wants to know, he's working on, he wanted to know where to drop off. Yeah, drop them off at Sandy's studio, and Sandy will make sure the balls get to, them.
Drop him off at Sandy Studio on Skipback Pike.
Okay.
All right.
Just go in one, yeah, just do another one, yeah, one like. Yeah, now, do another, now, add one to that, yeah, add, no, keep adding to this? Yeah, just keep adding, so it becomes a long story.
No, you're okay there. You don't have a bad side.
No, I fell out of the van yesterday when I was loading eggs. I picked up eggs there a couple times before, but they always get me large eggs. Well, I had a pallet with 15 boxes of large eggs. I got those loaded, and then they brought another pallet with 15 boxes of jumbo. And I was loading like the first one on there, and I lost my balance. It's like heavy, lost my balance. Fell against the loading dock, so I hit my arm there, cut that open, and then I kind of slid and just went down onto the concrete out of the van.
Just the momentum got going the wrong way.
Yeah. No, I just scraped it, but I'm on a blood thinner, so I had the side of my face was all bloody. And the guy said, "Okay, I'm fine. I just felt embarrassed, and I felt bad. I cracked on almost all the eggs in the box.
Did you?
30 dozen eggs. So bad. But I had to go into the building to get the first aid kit because, I thought the blood there is, I just stay up here with a tissue and
So you cut this, cut this part. Now you have to cut this
all your face and your head is very vascular.
So each of those you fold in half, and then you cut along the seam again. Yes, yep. Got it. Thank you. That's why you're the president.
Pictures for our Facebook page.
Well, I mean, there's no way to know where.
Seemingly easy, yet
Yeah,
to think.
right, yeah.
Good to me.
Okay.
I agree.
Run that by flight
There
patrol.
you go.
The coop seems to be able to.
Inspected by, be a little tag.
Well, right, yeah.
Inspected by.
Well, we got break at the end.
Next time you do, you go shop for the guy, just get black stuff. All nice and flat. All the vendors down, selling bags. Right, they have to give you that. Yeah.
So how was Vegas? Good? Excellent.
Yeah, we had a good time. Went out to the Grand Canyon West.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dam?
Picture dams.
Do that?
Yeah. It's kind of low. You can tell the different levels. But they said it's the highest that it's been in 20 years.
Oh, well, there's all that rain.
Yeah, a lot of rain, yeah. No. No, they actually disagree with that. They did the tour, and they said they did have it overflow. Yeah. And it once when they first opened, it was on purpose to see what kind of pressure.
Or what would happen?
Yeah. And then in 86, they had. Yeah.
I went out there many years ago.
Right.
They used to light it down there.
In the where?
Downstairs.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty good. It was an hour tour. Yeah, it cost $30. $30 per person. Yeah. So, but it's self-sustaining as far as that part of it. That was one of the reasons they were thinking about it. Right, take care of the poor and all that kind of stuff, yeah.
It's on my bucket list to do. I haven't been out to Vegas.
Right.
No, I've never been there. I'm not a gambler.
You don't have to be.
No, but I think that's the thing is that when you go back to when they're entertainment, like the dam, you can control its proximity.
Mine with them was $20. $20 was done out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's about my threshold.
Most everything's free, you know, right?
Well, out there, it starts,
Well, yeah, they're charging hours.
they're charging for everything. Yeah, there's a monorail that goes behind most of the hotels. 20 years ago, they used to be free, $5.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take you all the way up and down the strip.
A lot of free breakfasts.
Right, yeah. They're like $6.99.
Still cheap though for breakfast, $6.99.
Don't tell them what kind of meat it is.
What it is actually.
Right. There's still some people still out there. Wayne Newton's still performing.
Oh my God!
Is he really?
How old can that guy be?
I don't know. Right, at least. Right. Yeah.
Wake up, Wayne. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
They're gonna tear the Mirage down.
Really? Okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Wow.
I love that display.
Right.
And that Treasure Island, we probably screwed that up.
Right.
The original configuration, that was
Okay.
amazing.
Really?
And they turned into a sex show, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, now they got half-naked girls and shit and all that stuff. Pirates.
Wow. Yeah, we went to Bellagio, and we saw that, the water show. They only do it like every 5 minutes, 5-minute show, like every 15 minutes. For an hour, a couple hours.
We stayed at the Hilton across the street one time, and see that show right in our window.
Right.
I've been watching. I gotta tell you a story about one time we were there. It was raining, it was actually raining this week. And so we went over to the Bellagio and they had a art museum. Millions of dollars worth of, I guess it was all European stuff. Contemporary craft. Anyway, it's a big, huge, very tall dog. They have paintings on the walls, and each painting has a light over it.
Right.
So the only real light is the light that's real light, the ceiling and the lights that focus on the painting. So my wife and I are in there, we get separated. She's looking at all the pictures. Wow.
Delegating and
We got separated, so I finally got to towards the end of the tour. I found her, saw her watching the picture. Because it was raining, we had these umbrellas. So I took my umbrella, hit the back of the skirt, you know.
Okay, right.
And she turns around and looks at me and ate my wife.
Oh, wow.
And I quick dropped the umbrella like I have no control of this thing. And the guard standing there watching all this crap.
Laughing his ass off, probably.
I gotta get that.
Put his hand on it. Who's this pervert? Who's this pervert?
Oh my God.
I laughed. I was going to come out sometime, you know. It wasn't good.
Oh, I don't want to be seen there. Oh my God. I'll tell you, that story happened to my in-laws. They were out there dancing at the table. My mother-in-law was here. Yeah, well, that's the age. They wanted to dance. I hope it is. And he's still carrying on, and I had to say that would be a picture. Another guy, he had the wrong leg.
Wow.
He was sweeping him. They were a group of friends, but you know, it was like, oh my God, classic screw up. But the more, you know, he was just carrying on and going on, not interested in the day, and she was just getting more and more frustrated. Just kept the pressure on.
All right. Yep, back.
We got about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, because you want to get to the 50-50 here, so just clean up whatever you're doing.
You got one, right? You got one.
What's that?
You got one.
I'll take it from the morning.
It's quicker if you fold it in half and fold it in half again. You only have got one.
Everybody wants the looping piece. What else?
Right there.
It's amazing your trust is.
Fold it again. Cut the back up. Right. Right.
No scissors.
I thought the
You can put these in the overall pile.
Yes. These are nice and fresh.
Yeah, the ones that
down in the bag.
oh, the pre-pressed. The pre-pressed ones.
Right. Fold it again. And cut that now. There you go.
Yeah, so you almost have it. Do another 5 more. Well, here's our election. Somebody can go.
I did a production last
You were doing this. I would have something like that.
somebody else over and then I go, here, I'm coming.
Anyway, I got one thing. Oh my God. I left. Tiger by the tail. Oh, you should put that in there. Sometimes you say more things. Usually you sit there and think, what do you do with the tiger stamp? As it's getting cleaned up.
Yeah, that's
A lot of people here.
Does anyone have any brags or sags for this week?
I have a brag.
Yeah, it is a brag. Who's got the cup? Okay, Dan?
All right. Oops. Start it up. All right.
Okay, looks Looks like Dan's
So we're
got
doing brags and sags.
looks like Dan's got a brag here, a good one.
All right. My brag was last week. I was in Las Vegas. I went to the Grand Canyon for the second time, to Hoover Dam for the first time. This is actually Grand Canyon West, about 2 hours outside of Vegas. It's the one with the skywalk. Family, my wife and I and one of my employees went out to the skywalk, filled out, and then we finally went to the Hoover Dam. Been to Vegas 10 times and I realized Hoover Dam's only half an hour away. Who knew? So I checked out the dam. It's a lot lower. Saying earlier, it's a lot lower than it used to be. I think it toppled once in the 80s, 86. One time the dam overflowed. So for this, and it's going down. I can't remember what they call the canal. But this is the other side of the dam. Had a great time. Oh,
Great weather.
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Dan. Oh, very nice, Chip.
Yeah, I have a brag, a stag brag. Valerie and her group that ran the bowling, great job. And Lon Clemmer, Adopt a Highway, his management skills were over the top. And my sag is Lon, unfortunately, didn't have the tick control out. I came home, and I was in the back of Lon Clemmer's truck at the end of the time, and I'm sitting next to Bruce, and we're seeing these ticks crawl down our hands. So I went home. I had long shirt on, long pants, everything. Went home, took the clothes off. I swear to God, I had between 15 and 20 ticks. Holy mackerel. And he wouldn't want that. I mean, all it takes to
You definitely would have won the pool.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Chuck?
Brag and a sag. Brag is that last Saturday, I was up at, where was it at Bucks County Community College in Ferguson. They had a training day for District 7430. There was about 50 of us there, and they had different sessions on public image and some stuff for the president-elects there on how to get your goals for the next year and different things like that. Had a continental breakfast there from Panera's, so it was a really good morning there. My sag is that Monday I was picking up eggs at Oliver's, and I fell out of the van, so I hit my head there. I lost the whole box, 30 dozen eggs. Just crashed. And felt bad about that, but luckily I didn't get a concussion or anything like that. So.
On Saturday and Sunday, Gary Mulvey, myself, and go played croquet at the Marion Cricket Club in our little white outfits. And we had a blast. We met some really great people, very competitive people. So we had fun.
Wow, sounds like you guys did great. Sounds like they will have a fundraiser from Rotary Club of Harleysville, okay, uniform. Anyone else?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna send this out to everybody. The Radio Boys had a picture from Columbia to say hi. Like a week or two ago, I'm behind the wall here. Yeah, I'm doing work over here.
Randy Floyd. Really out of South America.
Okay. Next up, everybody's been waiting for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Very good.
Okay, it's raffle time, ladies and gentlemen. So pull out your tickets. Does anyone have a birthday this month? Anniversary? Significant date? Looking for somebody to pick the ticket. All right, Jerry's wife's birthday's coming up, so he's gonna pick a singer.
Wait a minute, he's in it, wait a minute. He has, where's the waitress?
Anybody here that didn't buy any tickets?
I didn't buy. I wanted to, but I'll pick. That's okay.
Dan didn't buy them.
I have my wallet already.
He was hoping for this moment.
Okay. Last three numbers. 414.
414.
414.
Let's check up here.
414.
Hey, there you go.
There you go, Bruce.
We got a winner.
Bruce? Okay.
Whoa.
Like 3 teeth and everything?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
All right, deep breath.
There you go. There it is.
One white, one green.
Wow, 50-50.
True 50-50.
Wow. No, he said Thursday. No.
So, and the following week we'll be at the Garden of Health, so it's gonna be like 3 weeks.
Wow.
4 weeks.
Okay.
He said no meeting, but Thursday. We're
No
doing
meeting,
a.
remember, no meeting next Wednesday. We're gonna be having our meeting at the Garden of Health, 6 o'clock at the new property, over in Hatfield, next Wednesday, next Thursday night.
Thursday night.
So as you leave today, make sure you try to find new members for our club. Make sure, maybe you want to sign somebody on, kind of like on this day in 1915, when the Allies signed the Treaty of London. So as you leave today, we are going to simply talk about Rotary today. Have a